Drummer Yuri. Alright, let's see how talented he is with these drums. But before we do that, as always when we start a new chapter, let's look at our diary. Okay, that's new. I'm pretty sure November 4th was the last thing I read and it was on the right page. So, November 6th. So many things happened today. First, Yuri's limo broke yesterday evening and it was left for repairs. And this morning, Mr. Eugen suddenly called and told me to come to school, so I hurried to the academy without even eating breakfast. It was shocking that Mr. Eugen was going on a blind date, but him in a suit was more shocking. Wonder how that went. In the end, Mr. Eugen exploited me, and I had to watch over Beatrice during lunch. Blackmailed, maybe? Blackmail is not the right word either. I don't think exploit is, though. The sky looked so clear outside the window in the infirmary. It started raining after school. I don't know why, but I got worried about Yuri and took an umbrella to the academy. And I saw Yuri playing the piano, and my heart pounded. I can't forget how Yuri talked about Secret Garden. How should I put this to words? I still feel so complicated about my own feelings, so I don't think I can explain. The concert ticket Yuri gave me. Yuri's really going to perform, right? What Yuri said about me having to look pretty keeps bothering me. I'm still so awkward about being called pretty. Aw, cutie. November 8th. Yuri's show is the day after tomorrow. Whenever I look in the mirror, I don't find myself pretty. But he told me that I have to look pretty at the show. I held up the SD Lauder Night Repair Magical Brown Bottle and thought for a while. Can I change? I'm scared of the heels. But on one hand, I can't wait for the day to come. SD Lauder Night Repair? Never try something new like a night before or something. You gotta try this like a week or two before an event. Because what if it makes your skin go orange or something? Then that's really bad. Hope that doesn't happen. Anyway. Oh, phone. Phone. Nothing in my phone. Okay. Freaked out for nothing. Let's start. A few days later, the weekend. Today's the day of Yuri's band show. I left home early so the other boys wouldn't notice. I'm sort of embarrassed to let them see me like this. How do you look? I turned on my phone and checked a text. Come to the waiting room when you get here. I'll attach a map. Aw, you look cute. You do have a little bit of eyeshadow. You did it very subtly. You look pretty. Aw, I better just make sure that's not... Yeah. Because otherwise, I don't know why. I just get bothered by the closed envelope on my phone. I was walking while staring at my phone when I suddenly lost my balance and stumbled. It's the third time stumbling today because my heel got caught in the sidewalk block. Some girls run in these. I respect them. Here, I can run. I realized after wearing high heels that being pretty demands a huge price. High heels aren't fashion. They're torture. You just gotta get used to them. I strengthened my legs and walked forward again. With determination this time. Today I wore not only the heels, but also the dress Yuri bought me. The way it fluttered every time I walked bothered me. Should I have just worn my usual clothes? No, you look nice. But it was already too late to turn back. Oh, my legs. It was so hard to walk in this heel since I wasn't used to them. Is it here? The entrance was a path that led to the basement. I've never been in a place like this. Oh no. This is like an underground band? What's going on? I'm a bit scared. But let's just go in. I confidently walked into the entrance. Whoa. I went down the path and found a dark space with subdued lights. There's a whole bunch of ladies in here. I'm worried about this. There's only a drum set. Okay, there's a microphone too, but I'm worried about this. There are a lot of people already. I was wearing a girly dress, but there were a lot of people who showed a lot of skin, unlike me. Ugh, this is a bit uncomfortable. I now think I may have chosen the wrong place rather than the wrong clothes. I don't think I fit well here. I felt nervous, but I couldn't just run away now. I picked up a pamphlet on the entrance. Drum, Yuri. I realized again after seeing the name on the pamphlet. Yuri is really performing here today. I again checked the text Yuri sent me this morning. He told me to come to the waiting room. I opened the file that showed where the waiting room is. I looked at the map and headed towards the waiting room. Oh my, the little girl must be here by herself. Look at her wobble. She must be uncomfortable on the heels. So adorable. The girls around the waiting room saw me and whispered. I see their fancy makeup and tight short skirts. Their clothes barely covered their skin. This made me think that Yuri didn't pick clothes like that for Cutie. He actually picked some very nice, feminine, respectable, modest clothing. My respect for Yuri went up a little bit more just now. As they came close, the strong perfume scent made my head hurt. Hey, are you a fan? You're pretty cute. Hey, don't tease her. Who are you here to see? Handsome Has or sexy Yuri? Unfortunately, the band members don't see anyone before the show. I was a bit mad that they treated me like a child. They sensed it but laughed again, saying I was cute. I hardened my face and turned around, ignoring their questions. Did we leave? I headed back to the venue. No! Yuri's gonna be like, but where are you? Why did he tell me to come to the waiting room if he won't meet anyone before the show? I'm a bit pissed. I hated Yuri more as I almost tripped a couple times while walking towards the venue. Oh, this is not going well so far. A few moments later, the lights turned off and the show started. Whoa. Lights? Wow. Is that really Yuri? Well, I hear drums. The show was much more amazing than I expected. The flashy electronic sound mixed with the colorful lights and hit my ears. As the audience roared louder, I barely kept myself sane. And on the center of the stage sat Yuri. I didn't know anything about drums, but even I could tell that his playing was great. The audience roared madly at his fluid drumming and fast, exact beats. Maybe he has been gifted by the music god. When the song reached its climax, I could barely see the sticks in his hands. When did he learn all that? This is amazing! I roared with the audience. Before I knew it, I became a part of the audience and cheered for the band. Woo! Go Yuri! The show continued for an hour. Yuri was soaked in sweat, but he never looked tired and finished playing fantastically. Woo! I was never interested in music, so I never knew drums were so cool. I felt as if Yuri's drumming was holding the whole band together. And when the show was finally over, people were hanging around the venue, still caught up in the heat of the show. My heart is still pounding. I feel a bit out of breath from cheering so excitedly. I can feel my heart beat fast. I'm so glad I came today. I kept on replaying the show in my mind, unable to control my overflowing emotions. I was a bit scared when I first came in, but I'm so glad I got to see this awesome show. I heard someone's voice from behind. A man I've never seen before was looking at me. Huh? Was he talking to me?
I was watching you and I noticed you were alone. Did you come here by yourself?
The man was wearing fancy accessories and sort of looked like a celebrity from TV. Oh, I suddenly lost words of the unexpected situation. Why is a stranger talking to me? What is this? What's going on?
You're cuter when you're flustered.
Cuter? Me? It's the first time I've heard something like that from a stranger. Is he hitting on me? As I looked intimidated, the man smiled and approached me.
No need to get nervous. I'm not a bad person. Why don't we go for a cup of coffee?
My honey, here you are. Thank God. I'm so happy to see you. Ah! I was startled at someone suddenly grabbing my shoulder. At that, someone almost hugged me. I widened my eyes and looked to the side. Yep, I'm his woman. You better step back, sir. Nice. I've never seen you wear your glasses with that shirt before.
You came. You're so pretty today. I'm going to fall for you again.
It was Yuri who suddenly appeared and grabbed my shoulders. Yuri? Yuri didn't let go of me and stared at the man in front of us.
You're the drummer? You must have some nerves to hit on my girl in my concert venue. She was so beautiful. I had no clue. My honey is indeed beautiful.
I was caught in between them and just listening when my face turned red at what Yuri said. What is he saying right now? I was only going for pretty, not beautiful. Abort!
You must be busy. I'll get going. The show was awesome today.
The man bowed in a hurry and ran out the venue.
There's always one or two of those little boys. Well, I should keep my eyes on you all the time now.
Yuri clicked his tongue and frowned. He didn't seem like a bad person.
Oh no, my honey. All men except me are bad people.
Yuri said confidently. Yeah, all right.
Anyways, how was the show?
Yuri looked down at me and asked. He looked excited like a child. He looked like he expected a certain answer, and I willingly gave it to him. Oh, yeah, you were so awesome. I've never seen you like that. When did you prepare for it all? I told him truthfully and complimented him. I didn't know Yuri would be that good at drumming. It was so cool.
Well,
I've never seen Yuri sweat this much. Ooh. At that moment, I remember the time when he told me he took a shower before coming home because he had sweated too much. Right, there's that. Was he practicing then, too? You should have called other girls. Your fan club would have gone crazy.
well, I didn't really want to. I just want you to see me like this.
Yuri said in a meaningful voice. At that, my heart beat fast again. Yuri, I might misunderstand if you say that. Oh, Yuri, who's this girl? OMG, look at her clothes. She's so girly. She's like a doll. So cute. A couple girls who looked like band associates smiled and approached us.
Say hi. This is my honey I'm living with right now.
What? Really? Are you for real? Yuri, you have a lot of fans here. Watch out.
I have nothing to watch out. It's true.
Oh, pretty manly. But she looks a bit too young, don't you think? How sneaky.
The women smiled and teased Yuri. I was caught in between their conversation. I felt flustered and waved. Oh, I'm nothing like that. Yuri, why did you say that? They'll misunderstand. She must be flustered. It's fine. Relax.
But what's up? You've never left the backstage after a show. I was so surprised when you suddenly said you were going to the audience floor.
I told you. I've invited a special guest today.
That guest was this girl? I don't know what's what, but I'm going to ask you about everything later on, so be prepared.
I feel scared every time you say that.
I see some fans over there coming to you. What do you want to do? We're going to the after party. Do you want to join? Of course, we won't give you alcohol.
Since you're here, should we go together?
I looked up and stared at the women. They were tall and slim, and they even looked relaxed. Their faces had sharp features, so they didn't need makeup to stand out. Anyone passing by would turn around to look at them again. They feel like Yuri. I saw Yuri standing with them. They were the perfect group. I felt like I peeked into a world I wasn't allowed in. My feet and the heels suddenly hurt. I felt like I was wearing something that didn't fit me. Just like me standing here. I forced a smile and said, "Thanks for inviting me, but I have to be somewhere." I wanted to get out of this place as soon as possible. I feel like the audience is mixing with the celebrity. I kept on thinking that I don't fit in. Why am I suddenly feeling this way? Sorry, Yuri, I'll head out first. The two looked sorry to see me go, and Yuri looked a bit flustered.
Are you really going? Wait a moment.
Yuri said that and hurried backstage. But I didn't wait for him and hurried out of the venue. No, Cutie, wait! Wait! Don't make him run after you! I felt like suffocating. Maybe it was because it was underground. I forced myself through the people wearing tight clothes and came up again. I didn't fit in with those people, and I wanted to escape fast. Amongst the loud noise of the city, I felt my heels click louder than usual. Every time I heard the heels click, I remembered how I tried my best to dress up this morning. I feel like it was all pointless. It hurts. I stopped walking and looked down at my feet. I think I scratched the back of my feet. They hurt. Why do they wear these uncomfortable things? I hated myself for waking up early to get ready and feeling excited about everything.
Be pretty for me.
If he hadn't said that, I wouldn't have dressed up this much. I always knew, but I really realized it today. I can't be a princess. Cinderella meets her prince in the fairy tale and becomes a princess, but being a maid suits me better. Let's just go home. I dragged my sore feet and headed back home.
Wait for me.
At that moment, I heard someone running behind me. I turned around at the voice hurriedly calling me. It was Yuri, who was running towards me. I knew he would come after me. Yuri?
I didn't know where you were.
Yuri stopped in front of me. He held on to his knees and caught his breath. He was sweating as much as when he was playing the drums. After finally catching his breath, he stood back up and looked at me.
You told me to take the calls, but why didn't you take them? I was already tired from the show. I could barely run.
At Yuri's words, I opened my bag and checked my phone. There were several missed calls. He must have called me as soon as I left. Oh, sorry. It was loud, so I couldn't hear. To be honest, I didn't hear it because I was thinking about something else. But didn't you say you were going to the after party? Why are you here? I thought you'd go party with those hot girls. Why is here? Why is here?
I didn't want to go since you weren't going.
What? Yuri grabbed my arm. He must worry about me running off again. And he asked while still holding on to me.
Why did you just leave? You didn't seem to feel so good, too.
Huh?
I worried. What happened?
I thought for a second. Should I tell him the truth? I hesitated but opened my mouth. Well, we'll save over that. Well, I'm not gonna say it's nothing. You have some hotter girls than me. I can't be pretty like that. Why do you like me if I'm not that pretty? And, you know, so on and so forth. Those girls earlier.
What?
I was going to be honest. I didn't feel good because those girls earlier suited Yuri so well. Because I felt like it wasn't my place to be. But I couldn't tell him all this. Because I felt like I'd really feel pathetic if I say all this out loud.
Why aren't you finishing?
No, it was nothing. But are you sure you don't have to go back? Everyone must be waiting for you.
Don't worry. They'll have fun without me. They won't even know I'm missing.
No way, they came for you before. I forced my arm out of Yuri's grasp. If I hold on to Yuri like this, I'll end up troubling everyone else. I pretended to be fine and said, "Go ahead. The hot ladies you love are desperately waiting for you."
What?
Yuri suddenly started laughing. I frowned. Why are you laughing when I'm this serious? Why are you laughing?
It's just the hot ladies I love. Do you know how upset I was when you didn't come to the waiting room earlier?
Oh, that's... I thought about how I should explain that. Should I tell him I actually went up to the door? I was thinking when Yuri opened his mouth. And he said the taboo word. Oh, that taboo word.
Are you being jealous right now?
What? I was so startled I stuttered. Yuri's smile got bigger to see me like that. To exaggerate a bit, he was grinning ear to ear, like a Cheshire cat.
I mean, thinking about what you just said, and what you said before, I wondered if you were being jealous. Everything makes sense then.
What are you talking about? I'm not. Don't misunderstand.
If that's the case, I'd feel very happy. If you dressed up for me and are now being jealous, I'd feel like floating on clouds.
What do you mean, jealous? Don't delude yourself.
All right.
Yuri smiled.
Oh, I get it. So come here.
Huh? Aww. Huh? Yuri pulled my arm and hugged me in his arms. He then buried his lips on my forehead. People passing by stared at us. They might be looking because my face is too red. Yuri, people are looking.
I was so glad you came to see me. I was able to perform better knowing you were looking at me.
Yuri's voice rang on top of me. My heart pounded hard. Yuri said in a low voice,
And?
And?
You look really pretty today.
Aww.
I almost can't breathe seeing how pretty you are. I knew those heels would look good on you.
Yuri looked really happy as he smiled. At that smile, I felt the soreness melt and disappear from my feet. Aww. I have no idea how many times I retouched my hair and replaced the hairpin this morning. Just a moment ago, I felt that all that was pointless. But now I feel like I've been compensated for all of it. Maybe that was what I wanted to hear from him in the first place. Did I make all that fuss in the morning because I wanted Yuri to say that I'm pretty? My heated face didn't cool down. And while my face was heating up like that, Yuri kept on holding on to me. Oh, so cute. I know why my heart is beating this fast. Yeah, maybe I'm becoming more sure of my feelings. Oh, thank goodness. It only took forever. No way. No way. Have I fallen for him? For Yuri of all people? I'm back. Ah! Who are you? What? Come on, Red. Heroine? Are you the heroine? What's wrong? Red's hand, holding onto a bag of chips, stopped in midair. What's wrong with him? I think everyone's smitten with your beautiful gorgeousness. Oh, master, you're here. Yana, who was coming from the kitchen, stopped just like Red. What? What's wrong with all of you? Did something happen? Did they invent a new freeze game or something while I was gone? I stared at both of them as they stood still in front of me. Hearing both of them scream, Tay walked out of the kitchen. Oh boy. Yes? And he looked a bit surprised. This is quite surprising. Did you have a special occasion today? Huh? Did you go someplace nice? Oh, damn, I forgot. I was so caught up with thinking about Yuri, I completely forgot. I made sure the boys didn't see me this morning because I didn't want them to see me like this. After all that, I ended up just coming home like this, like an idiot. And especially when everyone's home. Oh, this is, I caught eyes with Lance, who was coming out of his room. Well, you don't look any different.
Those heels, they look uncomfortable.
Ever practical. Huh?
Why don't you take off those heels and hurry in? It looks like they hurt.
Lance is really attentive. Thanks, Lance. I nodded. Oh, yeah, I was just about to go in. I took off the heels in a hurry and went into the living room. I felt embarrassed to receive everyone's attention. I passed Lance quickly and headed to my room.
Oh no. That outfit doesn't suit you. You need something more.
What? I looked at Lance, but he was already heading to the kitchen. Lance! You had your chance. Gosh. Lance! No. Damn boy. I feel so relieved. I finally feel like I can breathe after taking off the uncomfortable clothes and shoes. My face felt fresh after I took off all the makeup. Is it really not for me? Like Lance said, these fancy clothes and heels might not suit me. I bury my face deep into my pillow. Don't think that's quite what all those boys meant. In the darkness, I remember Yuri playing the drums. The show was awesome enough to make my heart pound. I felt my heart beat fast just thinking about it. And I remember the beautiful girls surrounding him. I felt my beating heart ache a bit. Ache a bit. I turned around and looked at the ceiling. I'm stupid. Well, the first step is admitting it to yourself. I don't know why I didn't know. No, I might have just pretended not to know. But now I know for sure. Yes, this feeling. I like him. Yes, I like Yuri. I admit it. I admit. Meanwhile. Oh my, Yuri, are you here by yourself? Where's that cute lady?
She had to go home first.
What a shame. She was so cute.
What are you talking about, cute lady?
Yuri invited a cute girl today. She was so fresh and adorable.
Really? Hey, you've never invited a girl to our show before. You should have shown her to me.
I know, right? It's so unlike him. You know, just before, he went down to the floor area to tell off some guy who was hitting on her.
Yuri, do you like that girl? What?
Of course he likes her. You can tell from his eyes. He's been so preoccupied lately.
How about her? Does she like you?
But can you just let her go by herself? She kinda stood out. Yuri, you should prepare yourself for some competition.
I thought you never did relationships. You were so nice to this girl and that girl. But you have a heart too, huh? I didn't know that before.
Well, Yuri was born to be a bad guy. I hope she doesn't end up crying her heart out.
A girl Yuri likes. What makes you like her?
I like her.
Aww. Yuri, your friends are gonna help you discover that you actually like her.